Maya said, getting an idea. A new kind of society. One where humans and aliens can marry, have children, share knowledge and culture. A place where differences are celebrated, not feared. Emperor Zorion nodded slowly. The Zephyrian Empire will provide ships and technology for this colony. Earth will send colonists and resources, Admiral Chen added. Other representatives began volunteering support. Within minutes, the idea had grown from a dream to a real plan. The Chief Justice looked at his fellow council members. This is highly irregular. We cannot simply ignore thousands of years of law. Then change the law, Maya said. Start with us. Let us prove that different species can live together in peace. Baby Zara crawled toward the Chief Justice, her golden eyes full of innocent hope. When she reached the edge of her containment field, she pressed her tiny hand against it and looked up at him. The Chief Justice stared down at her for a long moment. Then slowly, he reached out and deactivated the containment field. Zara crawled out and grabbed onto his leg, giggling and glowing with happy light. I haven't felt peace like this in centuries, the Chief Justice admitted. That's what she offers, Maya said. Not control or domination, just peace and love. The Chief Justice picked up Zara, and she reached up to touch his face. Very well, the charges are dismissed. You are free to establish your colony. The hall erupted in cheers. Kyle's chains fell away and he pulled Maya into his arms. We did it, he whispered. We're free. All of us, Maya said, looking at their daughter, who was still charming the Chief Justice. 5 years later, Maya stood on the balcony of her home, watching the sunset paint the sky purple and gold. Below her, the colony of New Harmony spread out like a dream come true. Humans and aliens walked together through the streets. Children of mixed heritage played in the parks. Ships from dozens of different worlds came and went peacefully. Mama, a voice called. Maya turned to see 6-year-old Zara running toward her. She was still beautiful, still glowing softly with inner light. Behind her ran 2 younger children, her twin siblings born 3 years ago. Papa's back, Zara announced excitedly. Kyle appeared looking tired but happy. His silver skin had a few more patterns now, marks of age and wisdom. He was wearing simple clothes instead of royal robes, but to Maya, he had never looked more handsome. How was the council meeting? Maya asked. Good. They've approved 3 more mixed colonies. Your idea is spreading across the galaxy. Our idea, Maya corrected, kissing him. Ooh, said 5-year-old Marcus, one of the twins. He had Maya's dark hair and Kyle's golden eyes. W, added his sister Luna, who looked more human but had silver streaks in her hair. Zara laughed. You'll understand when you're older. As the family gathered for dinner, Maya thought about how much had changed since that night on the space station. What had started as a mistake had become the greatest love story in galactic history. Mama, Zara said as they ate, I had another dream about the old machines. Maya and Kyle exchanged glances. Lately, Zara had been having dreams about ancient alien technology sleeping somewhere in deep space. They didn't know what it meant, but it worried them. What did you see this time? Maya asked gently. Big ships sleeping in the dark, but they're starting to wake up because they felt my light when I was born. Are they dangerous? Kyle asked. Zara considered this seriously. I don't know. They're very old and very powerful, but I think they might be lonely like Grandpa Emperor was before he met me. Maya smiled. Even at 6, Zara still believed she could make friends with anyone, even ancient alien machines. Well, Maya said, if they do wake up, we'll deal with it together, as a family. And if they're mean, Marcus asked, then your sister will probably try to hug them until they're nice. Maya laughed. That usually works, Luna pointed out. Kyle reached across the table to take Maya's hand. Whatever comes next, we'll face it together. Maya squeezed his hand and looked at their 3 amazing children. I love our crazy family. Even if it did start with you making a mistake, Kyle teased. Especially because it started with me making a mistake. Best mistake I ever made. Outside their window, the first stars were appearing, and somewhere in the deep darkness between galaxies, ancient machines were indeed waking up, drawn by the light of love that had changed the universe. But that, as they say, is another story. For now, Maya Chen was exactly where she belonged, surrounded by the family she never knew she wanted, in a world she had helped create, living a love story that had started with one impossible night and grown to encompass the stars themselves. Sometimes the best things in life begin with what we think are our biggest mistakes. And sometimes love really can conquer galaxies. Council troops, surrender the hybrid, the lead soldier commanded. By order of the Stellar Council, all three of you are under arrest. Never, Kyle said. He handed Zara to Maya and stepped in front of them. You're outnumbered, Prince. Don't make this harder than it has to be. I said never. Kyle raised his hands and silver light poured out, but he was still weak from before. The light wasn't as strong as it had been on the space station. The soldiers raised their weapons. That's when baby Zara did something amazing. She reached out one tiny hand toward the soldiers. Golden light flowed from her fingers, but this light was different from her father's. Where Kale's power was force and strength, Zara's power was peace and understanding. The soldiers stopped moving, their weapons lowered. For a moment their hard faces looked confused, then peaceful. What is this feeling? One soldier asked. I don't want to fight anymore, another said. The child, the lead soldier whispered. She's showing us that war is wrong. Baby Zara's power spread beyond the room. Outside, the sounds of battle began to fade. Through the window, Maya could see ships stopping their attacks on each other. She's stopping the war, Maya said in amazement. She's 3 minutes old and she's already changing the galaxy, Kyle said proudly. The council soldiers looked at each other, then at the baby. We can't arrest her, the lead soldier said. She's not a weapon. She's hope. Sir, our orders were wrong. The soldier removed his helmet, revealing a kind face. This child doesn't want to hurt anyone. She wants to bring peace. Outside, more ships were arriving. But these weren't warships. These were civilian vessels, transports full of people from different species who had felt Zara's power and come to see the hybrid child. Word is spreading, Kyle said. The whole galaxy will know about her now. Maya looked down at her daughter. Zara was sleeping peacefully, but she was still glowing softly. Her tiny hand was curled around Maya's finger. What happens now? Maya asked. Now we raise our daughter, Kale said, and we show the galaxy that love is stronger than fear. But even as he said it, Kyle knew their troubles weren't over. Out there in space, there were still those who would see Zara as a threat to their power. The Stellar Council wouldn't give up so easily. And somewhere in the darkness between the stars, ancient enemies were waking up. Enemies who had been sleeping for thousands of years, waiting for a power like Zara's to appear. The birth of the first hybrid child had changed everything, but the real test was still coming. Maya didn't know it yet, but her daughter's birth had started a countdown to a war that would determine the future of every species in the galaxy. And at the center of it all would be one small baby with golden eyes and the power to bring peace to the universe, or destroy it completely. 1 year later, Maya sat in chains in the great hall of the Galactic Council. Beside her, Kyle was also chained, his silver skin looking pale under the harsh lights. Between them, in a special containment field, sat baby Zara. Even in chains, Zara was beautiful. Now 1 year old, she had grown into a perfect mix of her parents. Her dark hair had golden streaks, and her eyes shifted between Maya's brown and Kyle's gold. She was playing with a small toy, completely unaware that the most powerful beings in the galaxy were deciding her fate. This hearing will now begin, announced the Chief Justice, a tall alien with purple skin and 6 arms. We are here to decide what to do with the illegal hybrid child and her parents. Maya's heart was beating fast, but she tried to stay calm. The past year had been the happiest and most dangerous of her life. They had found a small settlement on a distant planet where they could raise Zara safely. Maya had watched her daughter take her first steps, say her first words in both human and Zephyrian languages, and show incredible abilities every day. But 3 weeks ago, the Council had finally found them. The hybrid child is a threat to galactic peace, said Councillor Vex, the same alien who had led the attack on the space station. Mixed species are forbidden by ancient law. Ancient laws can be wrong, Maya said, standing up as much as her chains allowed. My daughter isn't a threat to anyone. Silence, the Chief Justice commanded. You will speak only when asked. But Maya wasn't going to be silenced. not when her family was in danger. No, Maya said firmly. I won't be quiet. You want to judge my daughter? Then listen to what I have to say. The hall fell silent. Even the council members looked surprised. Humans weren't supposed to talk back to them. For the past year, I've watched my daughter grow. Maya continued. Do you know what she does when she sees people fighting? She cries. When she sees someone hurt, she tries to heal them with her power. When she meets someone new, she smiles and tries to make them happy. That proves nothing, Councillor Vex said. The child's power is too dangerous. Dangerous? She stopped a war with her birth. She made soldiers put down their weapons. Exactly. She can control minds. That makes her the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy. She doesn't control minds. Kyle spoke for the first time. She shares emotions. She helps people feel what she feels, love, peace, joy. That's not control. That's gift. Baby Zara looked up at the sound of her father's voice and giggled. The sound echoed through the hall, and for a moment, even the harsh council members looked softer. You see, Maya said, she's just a baby who wants everyone to be happy. How is that dangerous? The Chief Justice looked uncomfortable. The law is the law. Mixed species breeding is forbidden because hybrid children upset the balance of power between races. Maybe the balance needs to be upset, Maya said. Maybe the old ways are wrong. You dare question thousands of years of galactic law? Yes, I do. Because I love my daughter and my husband, and love doesn't follow your laws. The word husband made Kyle look at Maya in surprise. They had never officially married, but in her heart, that's what he was. Suddenly, the great doors of the hall burst open. Soldiers marched in, but these weren't council troops. These were wearing the silver and blue of the Zephyrian Empire. Behind them walked a tall, impressive alien who looked like an older version of Kale. His silver skin had more patterns, and his golden eyes were colder, but the family resemblance was clear. Father, Kale said quietly. Emperor Zorian, the Chief Justice said, standing up. This is unexpected. Is it? The Emperor said in a voice like thunder. You arrest my son and grandchild without consulting me. The law applies to everyone, even royalty. Does it? Emperor Zorian walked toward the containment field where Zara was sitting. The baby looked up at her grandfather and smiled. When Zara smiled, something amazing happened. The Emperor's cold expression melted away. His golden eyes filled with wonder and love. Hello, little one, he said softly. Zara reached out her tiny hand toward him. Golden light flowed from her fingers just like it had a year ago. But this time, instead of stopping a war, she was healing an old man's heart. Emperor Zorian looked at his son with new understanding. Kyle, I came here to take you home, to force you to give up this human and return to your duties. And now I see why you chose love over duty. This child, she's remarkable. She's my granddaughter, the Emperor continued, looking at the council. And anyone who threatens her threatens the Zephyrian Empire. You cannot, Councillor Vex began. I can and I will, the Emperor interrupted. I hereby declare this human woman to be under the protection of the Zephyrian crown. She is my daughter-in-law, and this child is a princess of Zephyr. The council members looked shocked. Maya felt hope growing in her chest. But Councillor Vex wasn't giving up. Even if you protect them, the law remains. Other species will demand their destruction. Let them try, came another voice from the back of the hall. Everyone turned to see who had spoken. A group of humans in Earth military uniforms had entered, led by Admiral Sarah Chen, Maya's aunt. The human government has also declared Maya Chen and her family to be under our protection, Admiral Chen announced. Earth stands with our daughter and her alien family. More groups entered the hall. Representatives from a dozen different species, all declaring their support for Maya and her family. How? The Chief Justice asked, confused. The child's influence has spread, one of the representatives said. Ships that encountered her power have carried the feeling of peace back to their home worlds. Entire planets are demanding that the hybrid family be protected. Baby Zara clapped her hands happily, and golden light filled the hall. This time, even the council members felt it. The pure joy and love of a child who just wanted everyone to be friends. Councillor Vex tried to resist the feeling, but even he looked less angry. This is impossible, he said. One child cannot change the entire galaxy. She already has, Maya said. Can't you feel it? The peace, the love, that's what she brings wherever she goes. The Chief Justice looked around the hall at all the representatives supporting Maya's family. Even if we release you, where will you go? You cannot hide forever. We don't want to hide, Kale said. We want to build something new, a place where all species can live together in peace. A colony? The Chief Justice asked. More than that. The controls. This is going to get rough. The ship spun and dove. Maya held onto the bed as everything in the room flew around. Through the window, she could see 3 black ships chasing them. Can we outrun them? Maya asked. Not with you on board. The baby's energy signature is too strong. They can track us anywhere. Then what do? We fight. More shots hit the ship. The lights flickered. Kyle, I have an idea, Maya said. Let me help. Absolutely not. You're hurt and pregnant. I'm an engineer. I know how ships work. This is Zephyrian technology. You won't understand it. Try me. Kyle looked like he wanted to argue, but another hit made the decision for him. Fine, the weapon controls are over there. Try not to blow us up. Maya ran to the control panel. The symbols were alien, but the basic layout was similar to human ships. Energy flow, targeting systems, weapons charging. I can work with this, Maya said. Really? Machines are machines. They all follow the same basic rules. Maya started rewiring some of the connections. Kyle was flying the ship, making sharp turns to avoid the enemy fire. What are you doing? Kyle asked. Redirecting power from life support to weapons. We'll have stronger guns but less air. That's dangerous. So is getting shot. Maya finished her work and grabbed the weapon controls. One of the bounty hunter ships was right behind them. Come on, Maya whispered and pressed the fire button. A beam of silver energy shot out and hit the enemy ship. It exploded in a ball of fire. Incredible, Kyle said. You just boosted our weapon power by 300%. 2 more coming from the left, Maya said. They worked together, Kale flying while Maya handled the weapons. It was like they could read each other's minds. When Kale turned left, Maya was already aiming left. When he dove down, she was ready to shoot up. The second bounty hunter ship exploded. The third one turned and ran away. We did it, Maya said, breathing hard. You did it. Maya, that was amazing. You understood our technology better than some of my own engineers. Maya felt proud. I told you machines are machines. You're incredible, Kyle said, looking at her with wonder. You're stronger than any Zephyrian female I've ever known. Is that good or bad? It's perfect. Without thinking about it, Maya stepped closer to Kyle. He was looking at her like she was the most amazing thing in the universe. Kyle, Maya said softly. Yes. When this is all over, when the baby is born and we're safe, what happens then? I don't know. What do you want to happen? Maya looked into his golden eyes. She thought about how he had given up everything for her. How he had protected her, fought for her, trusted her to help him fight. I want to try, Maya said. I want to see if this can work. You and me. Kyle's face lit up like the sun. Really? Really? But I'm not going to be some obedient alien wife. If we do this, we do it as equals. I wouldn't want it any other way. Kyle moved closer. Maya didn't step back this time. When he kissed her, it was different from that first night. This time it wasn't about passion or alcohol or loneliness. This time it was about choice. About love. When they broke apart, Maya felt something she hadn't felt in months. Hope. So where do we go now? Maya asked. Nexus Prime, it's a free planet. No government, no council laws. We can hide there until the baby comes. And then we figure out how to make a life together. But as they flew toward their new temporary home, neither of them saw the massive ship that was following them from a distance. A ship that belonged to neither the council nor the bounty hunters. This ship was silver and blue, with the royal symbol of Zephyr on its side. Inside the ship, Kale's father, the Emperor of Zephyr, watched his son on a long-range scanner. Find out everything about this human female, the Emperor said to his advisor. If my son truly loves her, if she is truly carrying his child, then she may be more valuable than we thought. What are your orders, Your Majesty? Follow them. But don't interfere, not yet. Let's see what this hybrid child can do. Maya and Kale thought they were running from 2 worlds, human and Zephyrian, but they didn't know that both worlds were now very interested in their baby. The real test was still coming. Maya screamed as another wave of pain hit her. She was lying on a medical bed in their small hideout on Nexus Prime. Sweat covered her face, and her hands gripped the sheets so tightly her knuckles were white. "Something's wrong," Maya gasped between breaths. "This isn't normal. The baby. It's fighting to get out." Kale held her hand, his golden eyes full of worry. "The heartbeat is too fast, much faster than it should be." They had been on Nexus Prime for 2 weeks. It was a rough planet full of criminals, traders, and people running from the law. But it was safe from the Council. No one asked questions here. Maya's pregnancy had progressed incredibly fast. What should have taken months had happened in weeks. Her stomach was now fully rounded, and the baby was incredibly active. Sometimes, late at night, Maya could see golden light glowing through her skin when the baby moved. "How much longer?" Maya asked the medical robot they had bought. "Unknown," the robot replied in its mechanical voice. "This type of birth has never been recorded. Warning, energy levels are dangerous." "What does that mean?" Kyle asked. "The child's power is growing. If it gets too strong before birth, it could hurt both mother and baby." Another contraction hit Maya. This time the lights in the room flickered. A cup on the table started floating in the air. "Kyle," Maya whispered, scared. "The baby is doing that. It's okay. The child is just excited to meet us." But Kale looked worried too. Maya could see it in his eyes. Suddenly all the lights went out. Emergency power kicked in, bathing everything in red light. "What's happening?" Maya asked. Kyle ran to the window. "Ships. Hundreds of them." Maya managed to sit up enough to look outside. The sky was full of vessels. Some were Black Council ships. Others were silver and blue Zephyrian Royal Fleet ships. And there were others too. Ships from species Maya had never seen before. "They found us," Maya said. "Not just the Council," Kyle said grimly. "Everyone. The whole galaxy knows about you now." A communication signal came through their hideout speaker system. "Attention," a cold voice said. "This is Admiral Thorne of the Stellar Council. We have surrounded this location. Surrender the female and the hybrid immediately, or we will destroy this entire settlement." Another voice cut in, this one speaking in the musical language of Zephyr. Kale translated for Maya. "That's my father, the Emperor. He's telling the Council to back off, that I'm his son and under royal protection." "Is that good?" "I don't know. My father never does anything without a reason." A third voice joined the conversation, speaking in harsh clicking sounds. "The Mantis Collective," Kyle said, his face going pale. "They're here too. Who are they?" "Insect-like aliens. They believe hybrid children are gods. They want to worship our baby." Maya felt another strong contraction. "This is insane. I'm trying to have a baby and half the galaxy is outside wanting to kidnap it." The pain was getting worse. The baby's energy was making the walls vibrate. Small objects around the room started floating and spinning. "We need to get you somewhere safe," Kyle said. "Where?" "They've surrounded us." "The underground tunnels. There's an old mining system beneath the settlement. We can..." Maya screamed as the strongest contraction yet hit her. This time, golden light burst from her stomach. The light was so bright it lit up the entire room like sunshine. "The baby's coming now," Maya panted. "I can't wait any longer." Outside, the ships started shooting. Not at their hideout, but at each other. The Council was fighting the Zephyrian fleet. The Mantis ships were attacking everyone. "They're all fighting over us," Kyle said. "This is madness." "Kyle," Maya grabbed his arm. "If I lose you both, if something happens to me and the baby, promise me something." "Don't say that." "Nothing's going to happen. Promise me you'll protect her. The baby, she's going to be special, isn't she?" "Very special. She'll be the bridge between our worlds." "Then promise me you'll keep her safe." "I promise." "But Maya, I'm not losing you. Either of you." Maya felt the final contraction building. "She's coming!" The golden light grew brighter. Every piece of technology in the room started sparking. Outside, the battle got more intense. "Push, Maya," Kale said. "I can see her." Maya pushed with all her strength. The pain was incredible, but suddenly it was over. A baby's cry filled the room. But it wasn't a normal cry. It sounded like music, like singing. Kale held up their daughter. She was the most beautiful thing Maya had ever seen. The baby had Maya's dark hair, but Kale's golden eyes. Her skin was a perfect mix, not silver like Kyle's. but with tiny golden patterns that moved like living art. "She's perfect," Maya whispered. "She's incredible," Kyle said, staring at his daughter in wonder. The baby looked at both of them and smiled. When she smiled, golden light filled the room. The light was warm and peaceful. For a moment, Maya forgot about the battle outside. "What should we call her?" Maya asked. "Zara. It means blooming flower in Zephyrian." "Zara," Maya repeated. "I love it." But their peaceful moment ended quickly. The building shook as weapons fire hit close by. "We have to move," Kyle said. "The fighting is getting closer." Maya tried to sit up but felt weak from the birth. "I can't, I'm too tired." "Then I'll carry you both." Kyle wrapped baby Zara in a blanket and helped Maya to her feet. They made it to the door before it exploded inward. Soldiers in black armor poured into the room. Kale's face became gentler. "You're becoming connected to our world. The child is changing you, making you stronger, but it's also making you a target." "A target for what?" "Other aliens, other species." "Maya, you must understand. What we created together has never happened before. A human Zephyrian hybrid child is impossible. It shouldn't exist. But it does exist." "Yes, and that makes you the most dangerous woman in the galaxy." Before Maya could ask what he meant, Dr. Williams burst into the room. "Maya, thank God you're safe. The aliens are—" He stopped when he saw Kale. "Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Hello, Doctor," Kyle said calmly. "Thank you for taking care of Maya. You're him, aren't you?" "The father, I am. And you are going to help me protect her." "I'm calling security." Dr. Williams reached for his communication device. Kale moved faster than Maya thought possible. 1 second he was across the room, the next second he was holding the doctor's wrist. "That would be unwise," Kyle said. His voice was still calm, but his eyes were glowing brighter. "Maya is under my protection now. Let him go," Maya said. "He's just trying to help me." Kyle released the doctor. "Forgive me. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I will protect Maya and my child from anyone who threatens them." "Threatens them? From who?" Dr. Williams asked. Kale looked out the window at the other alien ships surrounding the station. "From them," Maya followed his gaze. She could see that some of the ships were different colors, not silver like Kale's, but red and black. "Who are they?" "The Stellar Council. They make the laws for most of the galaxy. And they have a very important law: no mixing between species, ever. Why? Because mixed children are too powerful. They have abilities that pure-blooded aliens don't have. The Council is afraid that hybrid children will upset the balance of power." Maya felt sick. "So they want to kill my baby? They want to kill all of us. You, me, and the child. They see us as a threat to their control. That's insane, is it? Maya, your child will be able to do things that no one has ever done before. It will have human creativity and emotions, plus Zephyrian strength and mental powers. It could become the most powerful being in the galaxy." Dr. Williams was listening with his mouth open. "This is like something from a science fiction movie." "This is real life now," Kale said. "And Maya, there's something else you need to know." "What?" "In Zephyrian culture, when a woman carries a warrior's child, she becomes his mate. Forever. The bond cannot be broken." "That's ridiculous." "I never agreed to that. You agreed when you gave yourself to me that night. I didn't know the rules. No one told me. The rules exist whether you know them or not." Maya was getting angry. "I'm not some prize you can claim. I'm a human being with my own choices." Kyle's expression changed. For a moment he looked almost sad. "Maya, I don't want to force you into anything. But my people are coming and the Council is coming and they all want different things. Some want to study you. Some want to worship you. Some want to destroy you. The only way to protect you is if you accept my claim. And if I don't, then we all die." Suddenly the station shook violently. The lights flickered. An explosion echoed through the corridors. "They're attacking," Kyle said grimly. Dr. Williams ran to his computer. "The outer defense systems are failing. Whatever those ships are shooting, our shields can't stop it." "They're not trying to destroy the station," Kyle said. "They're trying to get inside. To get to Maya." Another explosion, closer this time. Maya heard people screaming in the corridors outside. "I have to help them," Maya said, moving toward the door. "No." Kale grabbed her arm. "You're the target. If you go out there, you'll put everyone in more danger. These are my friends, my co-workers. I can't just hide while they get hurt." "Maya, please." But Maya pulled free and ran for the door. She knew the station better than anyone. If the outer defenses were failing, maybe she could fix them from the engineering deck. She made it about 10 steps down the corridor before the attack hit. A beam of red energy came through the wall right next to her. Maya threw herself to the side, but pieces of metal from the explosion cut her arm and leg. Blood started flowing. Maya. Kyle appeared beside her instantly. His eyes were now burning gold, brighter than she'd ever seen them. More red beams started cutting through the walls. Alien soldiers in black armor were coming through the holes. "Surrender the female," one of them called out in a mechanical voice. "The Council has declared her a threat to galactic security." "Over my dead body," Kyle growled. What happened next was like nothing Maya had ever seen. Kyle raised his hands and silver light poured out of them. The light hit the alien soldiers and sent them flying back through the holes in the wall. Their black armor cracked and sparked. "Impossible," one soldier said before he was thrown into space. "The prince is using forbidden powers." "I gave up my throne for her," Kyle said, his voice now echoing strangely. "I'll give up everything for her." He turned to look at Maya. His whole body was glowing with silver light now. His hair was floating like he was underwater. "Touch her again," Kyle said to the remaining soldiers, "and I'll destroy your entire fleet." Maya stared at him in shock. This wasn't the gentle alien who had held her so carefully 3 months ago. This was something much more powerful, much more dangerous. "Kyle," she whispered. He looked at her and for a moment, the light faded. "I'm sorry you had to see this, Maya, but I told you I will protect you and our child, no matter what it costs me." The station shook again. More ships were coming. "We have to get out of here," Kyle said. "Now, where can we go? They'll follow us anywhere." Kyle picked Maya up in his arms like she weighed nothing. "Then we'll go somewhere they can't follow." As he carried her toward his ship, Maya realized that her life as a normal human engineer was over forever. She was now part of something bigger and more dangerous than she had ever imagined. The mistake that had started with one night was becoming a war that could change the entire galaxy. Maya woke up in a bed that wasn't hers. The room was silver and blue, like Kyle's room on the station had been. But this one was bigger, with strange curved walls that seemed to glow softly. She sat up quickly and immediately felt dizzy. Her arm and leg were bandaged where the metal had cut her during the attack. "Easy," Kyle's voice came from across the room. "You lost some blood. You need to rest." Maya looked around. Through a large window she could see stars moving past. They were on his ship, traveling through space. "Where are we going?" Maya asked. "Somewhere safe. A planet called Nexus Prime. It's far from Council space." "How long was I sleeping?" 2 days. Maya's hands went to her stomach. It seemed bigger than before. "Something's wrong." "The baby. It's growing too fast." Kyle came to sit beside the bed. He looked worried. Zephyrian pregnancies are shorter than human ones. Only 4 months instead of 9. But with a hybrid child, we don't know what will happen. "This is crazy. 2 days ago, I was fixing engines on a space station. Now I'm pregnant with an alien baby, running from galactic police." "I'm sorry, Maya. I never meant for this to happen to you." Maya looked at him. Kyle looked tired. His golden eyes were dim, and his silver skin seemed pale. "Are you okay?" she asked. "Using my powers back then, it cost me. Zephyrians aren't supposed to use that much energy at once." "Why did you do it then?" "Because they hurt you." Kyle's eyes met hers. "When I saw your blood, I lost control. I would have destroyed every ship in that fleet to protect you." Maya felt something warm in her chest. She tried to ignore it. "You said you gave up your throne for me. What did that mean?" Kyle was quiet for a long moment. I was the crown prince of Zephyr, next in line to rule the empire. But when I chose to be with you, when I decided to protect our child, the council declared me an outlaw." "Oh no." "Kyle, I'm so sorry, don't be. Being a king means following rules, making choices based on politics and power. I don't want that life anymore. But your people, my people, will understand eventually. Or they won't. Either way, I made my choice." Maya felt guilty. "You gave up everything for me and I've been nothing but angry with you." "You have every right to be angry. I should have stayed that morning. I should have explained what might happen. Why didn't you?" "Because I was scared. I had never felt anything like what I felt with you. Zephyrians don't usually feel emotions that strongly. It frightened me. They sat in comfortable silence for a while. Maya found herself really looking at Kale for the first time since he came back. He was still beautiful, but now she could see the sadness in his eyes. "What was your home planet like?" Maya asked. Kale smiled a little. "Beautiful but cold. Everything is silver and purple. The cities float in the sky, held up by crystal technology. The people are elegant and smart, but they rarely laugh or cry or fall in love." "Sounds lonely." "It was, until I met you." Maya felt her cheeks get warm. "Kyle, I know you don't trust me yet. I know you think I'm trying to control you. But Maya, what I feel for you isn't about Zephyrian laws or mating bonds. I love you." Before Maya could respond, an alarm started beeping. "What's that?" Maya asked. Kale jumped up and ran to a control panel. "We're being followed. 3 ships coming fast. Council ships." "No, these are different. Bounty hunters." "Bounty hunters?" "The council put a price on our heads. Alive, preferably, but dead is acceptable too." The ship shook as something hit it. "They're shooting at us," Maya said. "Hold on." Kale's hands flew over. Maya Chen ran through the dark streets of New Tokyo Station. Her heart was beating fast. She could hear footsteps behind her. Someone was following her. She turned into a small alley and stopped to catch her breath. 3 months ago, I thought aliens were just in movies," Maya whispered to herself. "Now one of them says I'm carrying his child." She touched her stomach. It was starting to show now. The doctor had said things that made no sense, things that scared her. But let's go back to where it all started. 3 months earlier, Maya was 25 years old and worked as an engineer on the big space station above Earth. She fixed machines and computers. It was a good job, but it was also very lonely. Most days, she just worked and went home to her small room. But that night was different. That night changed everything. The whole station was having a big party. After years of waiting, humans had finally made contact with aliens. Real aliens. They called themselves the Zephyrian Empire. Their ships were huge and beautiful, like silver diamonds floating in space. Maya didn't like parties much. She was shy around people, but her friend Lisa pulled her to the celebration hall. "Come on, Maya," Lisa said. "This happens once in a lifetime. First contact with aliens." The hall was full of people. Everyone was drinking and dancing. Through the big windows, Maya could see the alien ships. They were so close she could see the lights on them. "I can't believe they're real," Maya said, staring at the ships. "I can't believe how good-looking some of them are," Lisa laughed, pointing across the room. Maya looked where Lisa was pointing. Her breath stopped. There was an alien man standing by the window. He was tall, maybe 7 feet. His skin was silver white and seemed to glow softly. His hair was black and his eyes were bright gold. He was wearing a dark blue uniform with silver marks on it. He was the most beautiful creature Maya had ever seen. "That's one of their commanders," someone said behind them. "Prince Kale or something. Be careful around those guys. They're dangerous." But Maya wasn't listening anymore. The alien, Kale, had turned and was looking right at her. Their eyes met across the crowded room. Maya felt something strange happen in her chest, like electricity. "I need a drink," Maya said quickly, turning away. She went to the bar and ordered something strong. She wasn't used to drinking, but tonight felt special. Tonight felt like anything could happen. "You work on the engines," a deep voice said behind her. Maya turned around. It was him. The alien prince was standing right next to her. Up close, he was even more amazing. His skin had small silver patterns on it that moved like waves. His golden eyes seemed to look right into her soul. "How do you know that?" Maya asked. Her voice came out smaller than she wanted. "I've been watching your work," Kyle said. "You're very good with machines. Better than most of my own engineers." Maya felt her cheeks get hot. "Thank you. What's your name?" Maya Chen." "Maya." He said her name slowly, like he was tasting it. "I'm Kyle, I know. People say you're a prince." Kyle smiled. When he smiled, his whole face changed. He didn't look dangerous anymore. He looked kind. "Does that scare you?" he asked. "Should it?" "Maybe." They talked for hours. Kyle told her about his home planet, with purple skies and silver trees. Maya told him about Earth, about growing up in California, about why she loved working with machines. Maya drank more than she ever had before. The alcohol made her feel brave and free. Kale didn't drink much, but his eyes never left her face. "Your species is very interesting," Kyle said. So different from mine. How are we different? You feel everything so strongly. Joy, sadness, love, anger. My people are more controlled. That sounds boring, Maya said, and immediately worried she'd said something wrong. But Kale laughed. Yes, it is boring. Very boring. The party got louder around them, but Maya only heard Kale's voice. When he asked if she wanted to see his room, she said yes without thinking. His room was different from the human quarters. Everything was silver and blue. The bed was bigger and softer than anything Maya had ever felt. Are you sure about this? Kyle asked, his hand touching her face gently. Maya looked into his golden eyes. She had never wanted anything more in her life. Yes, she whispered. That night was like nothing Maya had ever experienced. Kale was gentle but passionate. His skin was warm and seemed to glow brighter when he touched her. When they made love, Maya felt like she was flying among the stars. She fell asleep in his arms, feeling safe and happy. When Maya woke up the next morning, she was alone. Kale was gone. His room was empty. Through the window, she could see that the alien ships were leaving. Maya got dressed quickly and ran to the docking bay. But it was too late. The silver ships were already disappearing into space. It was just one night, Maya told herself as she walked back to her room. Just a beautiful dream. For 8 weeks, Maya tried to forget. She worked harder than ever. She didn't go to parties. She tried to pretend that night never happened. But then she started feeling sick every morning. At first, Maya thought she had the flu. But when it didn't go away, she went to see Dr. Williams. Just a simple blood test, Dr. Williams said. We'll figure out what's wrong. The test results came back 3 days later. Dr. Williams called Maya to his office. He looked confused and a little scared. Maya, sit down, he said. What's wrong? Am I sick? You're pregnant. Maya felt the world spin around her. That's impossible. I haven't been with anyone in months. The baby. Maya, this is very strange. The genetic markers, they're not completely human. What does that mean? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. The child appears to be half human and half something else. Maya's hands started shaking. She remembered Kale's golden eyes, his silver skin, the way he glowed in the dark. I need to run more tests, Dr. Williams said. This could be dangerous, Maya. We don't know what. Suddenly, all the lights in the medical center went red. An alarm started screaming. The emergency voice came over the speakers. Attention all personnel, unknown alien vessels approaching the station. This is not a drill. Report to emergency stations. Maya ran to the window. Her heart stopped. Silver ships were surrounding the station. Dozens of them. They were Zephyrian ships, but these looked different, bigger, more dangerous. Her communication device beeped. She answered it with shaking hands. A voice came through, deep, familiar, beautiful. A voice that had whispered her name in the dark 3 months ago. Maya Chen, Kale's voice said. I know you can hear me. I'm here for what belongs to me. You can't hide from me anymore. Maya dropped the device and ran toward the door. Maya, wait! Dr. Williams called after her. You can't run. We need to understand what's happening. But Maya was already gone, running through the corridors, running from a truth she wasn't ready to face. She was carrying the child of an alien prince. And now he had come back for her. The mistake that changed everything was about to become something much bigger than Maya could ever imagine. Maya ran through the station corridors as fast as she could. The red alarm lights made everything look like a nightmare. People were screaming and running everywhere. The alien ships outside were getting closer. She reached the medical bay and tried to lock the door behind her. Her hands were shaking so badly she could hardly work the controls. This can't be happening. Maya whispered to herself. This can't be real. But before she could hide, the door exploded open. Silver light filled the room. When the light faded, he was standing there. Kyle looked exactly the same as 3 months ago, but different too. He was still tall and beautiful, with his silver skin and golden eyes. But now he looked dangerous. His uniform was black instead of blue, with more silver marks on it. His eyes were glowing brighter than before. Hello, Maya, Kyle said in his deep voice. Stay away from me. Maya backed up against the wall. I don't know what you want, but I want what belongs to me. Kyle stepped closer. You tried to hide from me. That was foolish. Nothing belongs to you. I don't belong to anyone. Kyle's golden eyes looked at her stomach. Maya put her hands over it protectively. "You're carrying my child," Kyle said softly. "I can feel it from here. The life force is strong. How can you feel it?" "Because I'm Zephyrian. We are connected to our children from the moment they are made. The child has been calling to me for weeks." Maya felt confused and scared. "That's impossible, is it? Have you felt strange things lately? Dreams of flying? Hearing voices in languages you don't know? The baby is already showing its alien side." Maya's mouth fell open. She had been having those exact dreams. Dreams of soaring through purple skies. And sometimes late at night, she heard whispers in her head in a language that sounded like music. "What's happening to me?" Maya asked.